Thank you for hanging out with me today. This is JB Bryan. I'm JB Bryan, President and the Chief Investment Officer at JB Bryan Financial Group. And thank you all so much for being with me today. We're going to talk about refusing to be broke. We have some of you that are on the conference link and some of you that are watching live on YouTube. And every one of you, I appreciate. Please check out AfroEconomics.com and you can register there for our regular economic updates, AfroEconomic updates that we email to you. And we'll also offer you a complimentary financial consultation to get 2016 off to a great start. There's also the app. You can download the AfroEconomics app for free onto your smartphone, and we are on our final edits of the AfroEconomics book that's coming out for kicking off Black History Month, and so that'll be, expect that, and that'll be on the website as well, AfroEconomics.com or JBBryan.com. They're connected to one another. Check out YouTube and subscribe, and please click like now, click like early, so that that you'll just click like. I like to be liked. But thank you again. We're going to talk about how we can make sure that we are never broke. And this topic came to me because when we get to the beginning of the year, I started talking to a lot of people, because I'm a financial advisor and I talk about money all the time. That's why God put me on the planet. That's the one thing I'm convinced of, is that I am here to empower the world. And specifically, I have a commitment and a purpose to build wealth within the Black community. And AfroEconomics is a financial program that I designed to enhance Black wealth in America and abroad, so that the entire planet can do better. I believe that there is no reason for us to have a community, and specifically my community, that is disenfranchised and disproportionately having a lower amount of wealth. There are unique situations that have happened to us historically that we're going to now put them as far behind us as possible by refusing to be broke. And let's refuse to be broke. And so I have 10 tips that I only have a little bit of time to get out to you. So we're going to talk about number one. I think one of the first things that we can do in order to refuse to ever be broke is to change things. And let's start changing things by changing our mind, changing our health, changing the environment, and learning to appreciate everything that we have. Most people that are broke have a negative mindset. They're already starting in a bad position, because a lot of times the broke people are complainers. There are people that are always saying what they don't like, or what's not going well, what isn't working out for them. So we want to change our mindset. I know in my own life, my life didn't change. We've all been through things. I'm a 20+ year entrepreneur, Black female entrepreneur, single parent, divorced. So of course, I have been through hell, but I believe that when you come out of hell, you come out on fire. And let's use that fire to our benefit. Let's make sure that we change our mindset and change the world by doing that, and in changing our health. I also know that in many situations, when you're broke, you think of yourself as being broken. So then you have these bad habits and you start deteriorating your health, and having bad health can take money out of your pocket, because then you can't produce on the level that you want to produce effectively. So when we change our mindset, we have to change our habits, and we're going to improve our health by doing so. And that's going to lead to having more money in our pocket. And I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about things that you can do, so you're going to make sure that you're setting the example that your family benefits from these habits that you have. This morning, I got up. I get up all the time, every day. I'm an early riser. Yeah, so that means I go to bed at a decent time, because I'm about being healthy, and sleep is an important part of that. So just as an example, And my daughter said, Mom, you going to the gym in the morning? Of course I am. She said, I want to go. So I get up. I said, her call down to her, okay, let's go, let's go. 4:30. By 4:30, she's rocking and rolling. By 5 o'clock, we're headed to the gym. That's the way that it should be. When you're having those good habits financially, health-wise, whatever, your good habits spread to those who are watching you. When you change your mindset, you go from being a follower to a leader in every capacity of your life. What the second point for refusing, how you can refuse to be broke, is to eliminate dream killers. Eliminate dream killers, eliminate bad associates, people that you may be associating yourself with, spending time with, who do not have that mindset that you need in order to stop being broke. It is not okay. If you cannot change from being broke to a person with money by having friends that everybody's broke. They say on average, you're going to be about the average of all of your 5 friends that you spend time with. I spend time with people who work. That's what I do. I like people who work. When we work hard, we work smart, we have money. That's what we do. That's what you got to do. Eliminate dream killers in your life. Also, number 3 is to work hard. Hard work is good. So stop wasting your time. That's number 3. Stop wasting your time. Stop watching TV all the time. Stop with the parties all the time. Stop with the games all the time. These things cannot be part of your constant daily habit if you want to constantly have money in your pocket. Just doesn't work. If you look at the richest people on the planet, the ones who got there not from second generation, but the richest people on the planet, you will find that they are among your early risers, and they don't waste time. If you look at an interview on them, they will tell you how highly competitive they are. And in order to make sure that you're on top of your game, that you're a leader in your game, that you're the best at what you do, you're going to have to get up early, and you're going to have to stay up late sometimes. You're going to have to make sure that you don't waste time every time, all the time. I am about my business. This firm, J.B. Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm that started in 1995 when I was in my 20s, it is still here today because of me maximizing my time. When I look at the hardest years for my business, when I began to get distracted about market conditions and where the stock market is, and and listening to all the negativity, then I started wasting time on listening to the negativity instead of seeing the opportunity in everything. Regardless of market conditions, there are things that I can do to help my customer. When you are not wasting time, you are focusing on helping people. That's how you avoid being broke. You help people. You got to help somebody. You got to serve somebody. You got to be committed to making the world a better place. That's how you are never broke. People that help people are never broke. Then also, let's look at number 4 is to get off so many committees. Stop volunteering for everything. Stop volunteering for everything. Your time is valuable. We just said, don't waste time, work hard. So that's number 3. So number 4 is to stop thinking that everything is a networking opportunity. Because if you're always only networking and everything is networking, all these networking things, and you're on the head of this and the committee of that and this and that, focus. It's good to do, but you can't be even an effective volunteer if you are not making money. Nobody needs all these people on the committee or on the board and you're broke. You can do a lot more for that committee, that foundation, for that organization as a income profit producing person on this planet that can actually give to that organization. They put you on that because they want you to have money, to bring money to that organization. So sometimes you're going to have to say, I got to work right now. I got to work right now because I don't want to be broke. And you got to know where you are and where your personal situation. Pick one, maybe 2, but don't get carried away with doing all these committees because you're on that committee in order to make them make money. They're protecting their interests by getting good people like you to do that. So you got to protect you and your family's interests by making sure that you're taking care of home first. So the number 5, and the Bible says, he who takes not care of his own is worse than an infidel. So you got to take care of your own first if you want to truly show your belief in God. That's my opinion. So number 5, set a goal and create a plan to make more money. And start with the obvious, right? Start with things that so if you set a goal that I'm going to make more money and this is how I'm going to do it. Why don't you start doing that and establishing that goal based on things that you already have? Not if I get this, additional degree, which is going to take years. So it's going to take years for you to get that. Then that's not going to solve your problem of having money in your pocket right now. So let's start with what we have. Check your current toolbox. You're currently good at this. You currently have this job. What can you do at this job in order to increase your income? You currently have this business. What can you do right there with the obvious in order to increase your money right now? Write down that plan. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to increase my hours. I'm going to try to get more hours. I'm going to do overtime. I'm going to start charging for my hobby. I'm going to whatever. Start creating some money by creating first a plan. If you don't have a plan, you can't accomplish anything. And then number 6 would be set aside time each day to focus on making money and growing your business. So you might think of that as, how we know that we should pray each day, we should meditate each day, we should be thoughtful each day, we should eat each day. Now, I always say, this is what I say, I only work on days that I want to eat. so that means that I'm doing something towards my dream every day. And when people walk up to me and they go, oh, I want to start my business and I'm currently doing this, that's cool. But I always say, don't let the sun go down on your dream. Don't let a day go by where you haven't done something towards your dream. And all too often we do. Days and days will go by and you haven't done anything that's going to, help you create money for your dream or create money for your pocket right now, or you've wasted the entire day. I've talked to a lot of clients and then they retire and they'll say, I just don't know how the time goes. I don't know how I got, all those things accomplished before when I was working. And it was because when you're working, dominates your day and you're creating income for the bulk of that day. Well, once you get out of that mode, it's amazing how much time can be actually taken on things that aren't generating any income. And it is amazing. If you want to increase your income, even if you're a retired person, even if you're a young person that's in school, like I worked 3 jobs through the University of Virginia undergrad. I worked full time and went to graduate school at night, nothing online. Now I'm grown. They didn't have all those online programs. This is going to the class full-time. I worked full-time sales position and went to graduate school full-time at night. It is amazing what we can do with our time if we commit to it. But we have to make a commitment. I had to make a commitment that I'm going to get through undergrad. I'm going to figure out a way to feed myself, clothe myself, take care of my expenses, and keep just going. And which meant I had to make certain adjustments. I had to live on. I didn't have an apartment like a lot of other people had. I didn't have a car like a lot of other people had. I was on the school and public transportation and everything all the way through college but there's so many young people now, they've become distracted and they've become broke too early in their life because they're worrying about things like insurance, car loans, and then their parents are going out. You're going out, giving these kids these apartments while they're in school, giving them school car loans while they're in school. So then they become this unfocused person who's distracted and broke way too early. We should not be exposed. We should not be spending our entire life broke. So part of this whole concept, all of these things that we're talking about is things that are create a mindset that is like, so that's why number one, I have it was mindset, changing your mindset. But we're creating these mindsets for our children. We have to, and then we talked about the association of people with different mindsets. They can actually help you create better mindsets, or they can mess your mindset up. And the next thing you know, find out that you have all of these bad habits. So we want to make sure that as we're taking, and this is number 6, set aside time each day to focus on making money or growing your business. That is a legitimate thing that we need to do. Set aside time each day, at least an hour of just focusing on how I'm going to make more money, and what I'm going to, and how I'm going to make this happen, how I'm going to grow my business, or how I'm going to, even if you work somewhere, you know, what are you going to do? How are you going to approach them in order to get a pay raise? How are you going to reduce your expenses? Now, I love that one, because the truth of the matter is, if you don't have so many bills, then if you don't have so many bills, I just saw text, something just popped up on my computer, and the comment was King Kafani with WCLM radio. He said that being broke means you're a joke. He means that in all seriousness, even though I'm laughing at it, but it really does. If you're not setting aside that time each day to focus on how you're going to not be a joke, you're going to be broke, you know. And if you are broke, you are a joke. But it's because of lack of planning, bad association, poor mindset, all of these things. It's not about what your mama didn't do, what your daddy didn't do. It's about going out there in many situations, buying things that we really can't afford. And we have to, in your plan, it has to be a way of, how can I reduce these expenses? How can I get them down? And so that might mean getting support, getting a financial advisor like myself, getting into counseling. If you really feel that you have a problem, might be talking to a psychiatrist, you might need to talk to your minister about some issues. You might be in a really bad relationship that is really pulling you down, you know, financially. So you have to get the proper support. And that's number 7, is to get a coach if you need one, get an advisor if you need one, get a minister if you need one, get support, get the support that you need. And a lot of times that's not going to be the people that you already know. You might have to go and get someone that's just a separate professional. Because if you start calling your loved ones and you're explaining to them that, you know, I'm tired of being broke, I'm not going to be broke anymore, listening to JB Bryan, and I mean it, I'm sick of this. And then they are going to start like just checking themselves, not really focusing on the fact that this is a personal decision that you made. And you have to realize that it's a personal decision that you made. I was telling someone the other day, because they have a child who wants to, you know, pursue a music career. And I said that the biggest thing that you have to, as a parent, realize is that is their dream. And I tell my parents all the time that I'm thankful for them, because they were not the kind of parents who are always like, here, or what do you need, or here's the money, or this and that. I even got to a point in my, you know, life and going through things where I just felt like giving up. And I said, you know what, I think I need to just come home for a while and I need to give up. And they said, no. I really don't believe that I would be here right now if they had said, yeah, come on home, give up, it's over. You know, no, they said, no, you can do this, you know. And then I was totally like distraught when they said no. I was like, oh my God, I can't even go home. But they know you. You have to know your child. You have to know, they know that I'm a survivor, and they knew that this is not, we cannot let her give up. She can do this. And I thank God that they did that at that time. And it probably was not, look, it was probably easy for them, but no, it really probably was very hard for them, you know, to say that to me, you know. No, but it was the best thing for me. And that's what we need to do, to realize is that our dream It's our dream. Nobody else needs to support you through it. Nobody else needs to finance it. Definitely not. And when you decide that you want to do something, you're making a decision not to be broke, but you also have this dream that you want, you got to make the sacrifice. You're going to have to decide between I'm going to do that or I'm going to do this, or I can't go. You just can't do everything. I'm amazed with the people who go and do something they know is ridiculous, and then when they get back into reality, they want everyone around them to help. So that leads, number 8. So number 7 is to get the support and get your coach, get your financial advisor, get the help you need, get the support. But number 8 is cut your expenses. Like I talked about, things that you may not be able to do anymore. And then number 9 is to get back the money that people owe you. If you are the type of person like I am, the kind of person that people call when they feel like they're in a crisis, and I've even had, it's amazing. I went to speak somewhere, and a lady in the room I hadn't seen for like 30 years. She had been a teacher at my high school, but was not my teacher. And she was not anybody I knew. I had never seen her in over 30 years. And then after that session, she called me and asked me for multiple thousands of dollars to borrow. I did not know this person. I didn't know where she lived. All I knew is that she was at that school working when I was at that school, and she was still working, not yet retired, amazingly, and reached out. So you have to be careful, because a lot of people think when you're the type of person who's out there working hard all the time, building your dream, they're going to come to you. And of course, no way. I did not loan her the money. I've learned how to say no. But when, many years ago, I would have felt that I had to do it. But we don't have to do it. But if you have done that, then make sure that you go and collect. Make sure you acknowledge that they do owe you, especially if you owed it. Now, one thing I learned, that whenever you loan someone something, it's a loan. But I don't loan people things. I give people things. If I want to give someone something, it's a gift you're giving. But if you're the type of person who loans people things, then do it business-like. Get interest, get it in writing, do it legitimately. But I believe that anything that I've done and I've given, that's given, that's done. I did it because I never was the type to do, anything in writing and take it that. Don't give anything that you can't afford to give, first of all. But if you do have things out there that, somebody owes you and you're pretty confident that they have the money, go get your money. I remember that in the movie Pursuit of Happiness, and that guy was in like a really bad way. He was like trying to go get the $40 that his friend owed him, and his friend said, "No, I helped you move, man." He was like, "But no, I need the money." And I was like, wow. But don't. I mean, if it's sad though, because when you need it the most, that's when they're not going to want to pay you back. But I still believe that it's a very good point that I cannot really justify not saying, if you do have people that owe you money, go get your money. That's a good way of refusing to be broke. And then also, don't do it again. Don't do it. If you don't have it, don't do it. So a big part of refusing to be broke is to refuse to be stupid, right? So, and then finally, I would say that is a big important part of refusing to be broke, and it's been the underlying thing that we were discussing here, is to focus on your mindset and things about your life that you would like to change, things that you've done wrong. This morning I had a meeting, and she's retired, and she said, I'm not quite sure why I have to take this money out of my investments, because I know better. And she had not been paying her bills, and she wasn't quite sure. She's been going through some health challenges, and I think that in going through the health challenges, she's been helping people that she's needed to help her more than she usually would have, which, I mean, So if you need someone, you need them to, come help you clean around your house, and then you start, and you feel like, well, they have this issue because they helped you clean your house, you have to help them with that particular issue. But that issue is not on your list of bills that you have. And so she's, had unexpected expenses, and then because of the health issues. And interesting enough, I think that that's happening, with a lot of seniors. A lot of seniors have credit card issues. It's not just a challenge for those of y'all young folk. A lot of people think that because a person is retired, they basically won the lottery, but they didn't. They're on fixed income. So we should be really careful with, the way we're pulling on our senior citizens, because Social Security did not get a raise, and they're having some extra challenges, and most of them don't even have access to YouTube, so they're not even hearing this discussion. But those of you who do have seniors that you're close to, share with them to be conscious of their spending as you're learning, because most of your habits that you have, if you're an overspender, you got that from them. And it really doesn't change over life unless we force it. And as I told my client this morning, I said, you haven't been burnt enough. If you do something and it hurts you enough in life, you connect a neurological connection to that. Like, I did not really stop eating cheese until I got profusely sick. I mean, just sick from eating cheese. And then after I had taken it out, and then I added it back in, and I was sick for 24 hours, sick from cheese. I will never eat cheese again, knowingly eat it. It will be very difficult for me to do that, because my body has convinced me. I've made the connection. You have to make that same connection to being broke. You have to be so against being broke that you feel like being broke will make you sick. That's how I feel. I can't stand it. I have been broke. I have been where I didn't know where my next dollar was going to come from, and I know how that to me feels sick. And if you don't realize how horrible it is to be broke and not be able to take care of your basic needs and not know what you're going to do, then if you haven't connected that is a terrible feeling, then most likely you'll go back to those same bad habits. I'm not going to do those habits, willingly, because I don't want to be there. And in order to avoid being broke, it might mean that you're going to have to make sure that you have proper life insurance, proper disability insurance, some long-term care insurance in there, things to protect your income, because we don't know when the unexpected might happen, and bills still need to be paid, and you still need to be protected. You need to be saving a portion of your income each month, and you need to be building something that will create income for you beyond your work life. If you need to consider having investments that pay income for you, that could be anything from stocks onto real estate. You can increase your income in so many ways, and things that we discuss in AfroEconomics, that you can start your own business. And when you have a business, you actually have something that can provide for you forever and generations to follow. But we need to realize that while you're working, your work is about accumulating assets, and assets that create income for us. And that's a big part of refusing to be broke, is to refuse to be dumb anymore, and to be, because it says the Bible says our people shall perish due to lack of knowledge. So let's stay the course. Let's stay encouraged. Let's stay on track. Let's make sure that we stay motivated about getting our financial house in order. I'm JB Bryan, and I'm I'm the owner of JB Bryan Financial Group, a registered investment advisory firm, and I'm the Chief Investment Officer. I have an app, AfroEconomics. The AfroEconomics app is free to you and download so that we can keep in touch. Check out AfroEconomics.com. jbbryan.com is also the corporate website, and I'm excited about talking to you. So please reach out. And most importantly, Make sure you refuse to be broke. God bless you and enjoy 2016.